Welcome back to the Fuel Show. It's time again for In the Pits with Dennis.
Welcome back to the Fuel Show. I'm Dennis Pitzenbarger, and this segment we're in the pits. Now, I want to welcome Ty from Baxter Auto Parts. Thanks for coming by.
Dennis, thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks. He's the local guru at Baxter Auto Parts. We wanted to bring him in to talk about a very hot topic in performance, and that's diesel trucks. Now, I just acquired a diesel truck. Now, it's a little older. It's a 94 now, and you drive and have several diesel trucks that are performance and delivery trucks for Baxter Auto Parts, but I think right now we wanted to talk about upgrades, and I think we'll get right into it. One of the things that's pretty popular right now are programmers, and I want you to tell us a little bit about these.
Well, the neat thing about a programmer is they have built-in safety on them, is you're not going to hurt your truck on it. Okay. They do have warnings in there for towing and high speed, but basically what you do is you plug this little baby right into your OBD2 port right there, and it runs through a couple questions for you. What do you want to do for tire size? What power level do you want to put in it? What kind of shift pattern, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. And you pick all the answers, say yes, it downloads it right in there. You unplug it, put this in your glove box, and you're done. It's really easy.
So you can put in your glove box kind of like parking tickets. Forget about it.
Yes.
Okay, I like that. Now, a little upgrade from there would be like an interface. Now, you told me a little bit about this. Now, this looks like something that I should be plugging in. There's guys that do the computer. I'm not an IT guy. What is this? Tell me about it.
Believe it or not, this is actually one of the more simple of these later models.
Oh yeah, I say it's hard. Here. He says it's simple.
Is your factory computer on this one has two large plug-in leads on it. What we do is we take and simply plug inline to it, and we have this juice module right here. And what this allows you to do by itself is upgrade the power that way. And you can get a little more aggressive with one of these right here. Okay. Now, this particular one I brought right here actually has the attitude monitor.
I saw that. Attitude monitor. I like that. See, right. That's guy car stuff if I've ever heard of it.
Right. They say putting this on gives your truck attitude, and it does quite a bit. A couple neat features of this over a programmer is it gives you adjustability right on the fly. You don't have to pull over and program your vehicle. You can also monitor, because it comes with an exhaust pyrometer on there, you can monitor exhaust temperature, which is vitally important if you're doing any towing.
So you don't really have to have like the old school one like this. I mean, these are great.
Those are fantastic, but if you get an upgraded unit, you don't have to buy those extra pieces. And
nobody likes those gauges going up and down the A-pillar anyway. Well, I don't know. I don't.
Yeah, a lot of guys actually really like them, and in their simplest form, they work fantastic for the job they're asked to do. As a matter of fact, this is the odometer gauge right here, and it's a real simple white face, easy to read.
And now you can mount that just about anywhere in your truck.
You can.
And see, I want one. I just don't want to mount it on my A-pillar.
Believe it or not, once you get to sitting in your vehicle and working on it, you realize there's not a lot of room down below, be it in the console or where your knees need to go. That's a huge one. So up on the pillar right there, tucked in right by the dash, actually is a pretty stealth application for it.
Now, you have some other things that go with this, kind of a, guys, I mean, is that beautiful? Electronics. Yeah. Now, this is an upgrade for the system we just talked about.
Right. For the Edge Juice with Attitude, you can update it to this A2 monitor here. Now, this is an LCD screen, and the neat thing about this particular one is it has a navigation system built into it. Okay. Also, this one you can display up to 4 engine functions. This one you can display 8, so you get twice as much information going on. Okay. Back to towing. If you're doing towing, the more information, the better. You want to protect your truck.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, you can combine all this into one thing. You talked about, let's kind of scoot some of this out of the way. You talked about the stuff from Bully Dog. Now, I'm actually interested in Bully Dog particular because I have a 94 diesel, and they have stuff that's applicable all the way back to 1994, early diesels, all the way up to current technology. And you talked about something, a download that you can do with this. I want to tell me about this.
Right. Well, this is the Bully Dog Triple Dog downloader. With this happens to come with the Outlook monitor on it here, and this allows you to
This is where the monitor is, the stuff for the checking exhaust temperature.
Right, and adjustability on the fly. It's really cool if you can do that. But this Triple Dog right here is really neat. Is what you can do is if you register your product online, you can actually download a program into this called the Crazy Larry. And this is not for towing. The Crazy Larry is something that gives you outrageous horsepower. We're talking 200 plus horsepower and 400 foot-pounds of torque additional. Okay. So this is
I just like the name.
That's
I
for
mean,
entertainment purposes only. It's not something I would recommend for
so
really
that would
daily
be
use.
after that would be after the 3-year, 36,000-mile powertrain warranty.
Right, quite a bit after that, but it's a neat technology they've done, and they've worked really hard to make sure it is safe. They have built-in safeties on them. In other words, they'll back down your power levels if your exhaust gas temperature gets too high.
Now, you had a couple other things you wanted to get to really quick. One would be air. You got to get air in the motor. What do we got sitting
Right,
here?
well, this right here is a K&N fuel injection performance kit, and it's got a couple benefits on it. A high-flow filter element is key. It's larger than the factory element, plus the high-flow phenolic tube here.
Ooh,
now,
big
the one
words.
thing to remember about diesel trucks is they move a lot of air when that turbo's moving.
Yeah.
6.6 liters, for example, of 25 psi of boost, that's moving a lot of air. So these will need to be cleaned, every 20,000 miles or better.
Now, after you get the air in it, you got to get the air out of it. Now, I thought this was kind of interesting. I saw this when you brought it in, and I thought, my gosh, who did the crummy weld job on this thing? But there's something I'm going to look through there. I don't know how good a television that's going to be, but tell us a little bit about this.
Actually, this muffler here actually has baffling in it. Unlike others, is it's done in a spiral.
Okay.
There's no packing in this to fail later in life, nothing to break down. And the neat thing about it with this look is it's all stainless. They happen to make it out of a little nicer finished stainless steel before they did do the welding, but they're all stainless welds on it. Believe it or not, this baby is top shelf.
Okay, it looks pretty nice. I guess I just didn't understand it. Well, there is a lot to do with diesel trucks, and we appreciate Ty. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you.
And we'll have you back to talk about a few things. And that's In the Pits with Dennis Pitzenberger and Ty from Baxter Auto Parts.
Don't forget to make an appointment to join us on the Fuel Show every Sunday. On next week's show, we're going to take a look at the 2007 Mitsubishi Eclipse Spider GT and also the 2007 Yukon Denali. So join us for next week's episode. And don't forget, fuel is nitrous for your mind.